Hey everyone, welcome to Squishy Spells. So today I am so excited to show you this little paper squishy that I've made. It's a little clam with a little pearl inside and I absolutely love it. I have to say I think this is one of my favourites that I've made so far. So if you would like to make one as well, then here's how to do it. So to start with, on a folded piece of plain paper, you just want to draw out a design in pencil. Obviously that allows you then to rub bits out and make any changes or adjustments if you want to. Once you're happy with everything and you're happy with how it looks, you can then just go over all of the line work in pen. I always just use a black fine liner pen just to help make the parts of the squishy stand out and just look nice and crisp and clear. And once you're finished with the pen work, you can then start colouring it in. Now today in this paper squishy I'm using Crayola Super Tip pastel colours. You get 20 pens in a set, and this is the first time I've used them, so I'm really excited to see how well they work. Now I've decided for my little clam I'm just going to have 2 shades of green for that. And then the inside of my little clam is just going to be a combination of pink and peach. And I think they're really nice colours that work well together, and just to give the squishy a nice sort of colour range really. Now I'm going for like a sort of purple sort of dark lilac colour for the little pearl. And I did add a little kawaii face onto that. And I'm just going to add some little lines of purple in my little highlight on the top of the pearl, just to sort of help blend that out. Now once you're finished with the colouring in, we can then move on to the cutting out part. Now I always find it easier to cut both pieces of the folded sheet of paper out together. The reason I do this is because in a little while we'll be taping the 2 pieces together, so we'll have front and back parts, and once they're taped together it will effectively make like a little pocket. So I always cut both pieces of the paper out together now, because then they'll be the exact same shape and it will be easier to then stick them together. So you just want to carefully work your way around following the outline of your paper squishy, and obviously you just want to mind your fingers as you go around, because obviously scissors are sharp. I don't want anybody getting hurt, so just take your time and work your way around. Once you've finished with the cutting out, you can then start taping it up. So you want to grab a strip of clear sticky tape, pop that on the top of your clam. If the 2 pieces of paper don't stick to it together straight away, you just line them up, and then you can cut little tabs into your tape and carefully fold them over. Now the reason I do cut little tabs into my tape is because I find it easier to fold over little pieces at a time rather than trying to do one big strip in one go. You tend to find that it's a lot easier to work around corners and curves with a smaller piece of tape, so it's just a lot more manageable. So you want to work your way down your paper squishy, taping it up. However, you need to stop when you get near the bottom. You need to leave an opening because we need to stuff it. Now for the stuffing, as you can see, I'm using a piece of this big yellow car sponge. I always use the big car sponges just because they're easy and cheap to get hold of. I do like to try and use supplies here that everyone either has in their house already or can easily get hold of without spending a fortune. So you just want to cut one of those sponges up into little chunks. Once you've got enough of those chunks, you can then open up the bottom of your little clam and start stuffing it. So you just want to carefully pop all those little pieces of sponge inside. Really try and pack it full, because then when you're finished, it will be much squishier. So once you have finished filling it up, you can then tape up the bottom in the same way that we were doing earlier. So just put a strip of tape along the bottom of the clam, cut some little tabs into it, and then fold them over, and then your little paper squishy is finished. And like I said at the beginning, I am just so happy with how this one turned out. Honestly, it is literally my favourite. I do absolutely love it, and it's nice and thick and chunky. It's a good squish on it. If I actually turn it over, you can actually see how thick that is. It's thicker than my fingers. So yeah, so thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.